Hello everyone. Today I'm here to talk about another topic. This one being unbelievably close to my heart. This is, of course, Power Rangers. Not just the original Mighty Morphin, I mean the franchise. How to describe this? So my earliest memories consist of going to Bahrain, going to school, being prompted, and of course, they're all overwritten by one little minor fact. A little program called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, I believe I must have been watching this beforehand, before I turned 4, because you know what, I had first birthday, right? The first one I remember, which was when I turned 4, the first present I ever recall getting. The original Mighty Morphin Megazord. Come on, I'm 20 now and I still recall getting the Mighty Morphin Megazord when I was 4. You know what else? That Christmas, just like that. All the Power Ranger weapons, you know, Pimberly's Bull, Trainee's Daggers, what we call Billy's Spikes. I forget what Billy had. Zack's axe and Jason's sword. And they were awesome. Let's just basically say I was obsessed with Power Rangers as a kid. And by and large now. Now, I watched from the original Mighty Morphin up to around, what was it? SPD, I believe, was the last one I watched somewhat frequently. I was very put off by it, to be honest. Now, there are two major reasons. In my books, Power Rangers have been going downhill since Ninja Storm. I sat through Dino Thunder because Tommy, the original Green Ranger, was in it, but I think that's the only reason I sat through that. God knows the acting, it was horrifying. I'd say two major reasons was I felt that it was just getting ridiculous. I'd had many conversations with friends over this. That basically, I'd say SPD was the time a lot of the old guards started dropping off. And, well, that and I was, 15 at the time. Yeah, my parents basically said, look, stop watching kids' channels, they're practically an adult. And, you know, the switch from kids to adult programs, I'd say out of everything I watch, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Angel Buffy, Warehouse 13, Stargate SG-1 and Atlantis. Those are the only programs I think I'm happy for changing over to watch. Besides that, really the change from kids to adults didn't go too well. Now, movie-wise, that's a different ballgame altogether, but I'm not going to do that. No, Power Rangers, though, has always been a obsession, and from what I understand, it continued to go downhill with, I believe, Operation Overdrive being the one that I think everyone started on all sweet Jesus over, and oh Christ, this is bad. Now, a lot of people have argued after that Mystic Force, Jumbo Fury and RPM redeemed the franchise somewhat, but I can't really say myself I haven't watched RPM or the Jumbo Fury. I'd seen Operation Overdrive on it. Does look a fair bit bad. Though I had seen its Super Sentai counterpart, to be fair, which doesn't look as bad, to be fair, but, you know. Now anyway, Power Rangers, why did I like it? No, I can't signify any one reason for it, but I can describe it in one word. Badass. It was one of my all-time favorite programs. I could sit down and watch it. The early episodes were nothing to sing and dance about, but still, for a little kid, this was awesome. And even now, I can confess that the plot, the story, the characters aren't it, but it's still awesome. And gradually, they started making kid plots get better, characters improve, things get better. And gradually, for all of the Saban period, or Saban period, I should say, it's great. Gradually, Power Rangers went from fairly basic to, at times, like the engines in space with the final two-parter, Countdown to Destruction, was the high point of Power Rangers, basically. I mean, you had this huge alliance of evil, all the bad guys from every season teamed up, overrunning the universe, well, the galaxy anyway. All looks bad, Zordon's about to die, and all hell's breaking loose. The rest of the Rangers are down on the ground being overwhelmed, yet thankfully all humanity seems to have teamed up with them to fight off the astronomers' forces on the ground. While the Red Ranger basically goes on a commando mission to free Zordon and try and stop it before the end. And it's all epic. The Ranger Megazord's being wiped out by the Terror Defender. And everything looks dark and grim. And then it's like, he's fighting Dark Spectre. Oh, not Dark Spectre, what's his name? I can't remember it now, but the Guardian of Astronomer shows up Zordon. Everything's gone to hell. Evil's overrunning the place. You are the only hope we have left. You must destroy me. But what? But no, we can't. Yes, you must. With my good energy, I may be able to save the universe. But we need you. No. I am willing to sacrifice myself to save the universe. And you know what? He did. With the dash shattered, Zordon's energy went throughout the universe and basically wiped out the alliance of evil. Sadly, it seems evil will always find a way to survive. The orcs from the ancient periods of human history to dark mages and knights of old, or demons in a lost galaxy, or no, monsters in a lost galaxy, to demons trapped away in a little mystic island. From there, Power Rangers would fluctuate. Lost galaxy was good, but as Linkara said, it really couldn't make up its mind at times. Light Speed and Time Force were awesome. Wild Force was good, but the whole obsession with shoving recycling down our throats was a bit of a disaster. But besides that, was a good program. Now then, Disney, nothing to sing about there. Ninja Storm, it was slipping, but still I'd watch it. Dino Thunder the same. STG literally broke my back. I just, as I said, other factors as well. But really, Power Rangers as a whole, fond memories. And then we get the whole Disney cancelling it. I remember I heard that. One day, talking away to a friend, I mentioned, "Did you hear Disney's cancelling Power Rangers?" I know. What? You can't cancel Power Rangers. That's like killing Mickey Mouse. That's not right. No, but they're not making any more. How? Why? Not doing enough ratings. Well, it's Disney. What do they expect? They're not doing what Saban used to do. And Saban characters died, but died nobly. In Disney, no one dies, and if they do, it's off screen. Yeah, but we know what happened. But it all looks grim for the Power Rangers. You know, it's the end of it. And then Saturn once more rises from the ash, rebuys Power Rangers, chooses Super Sentai Shinden's Ranger to base it off, and is now making the 19th series. And quite frankly, Power Rangers Samurai mightn't sound the most greatest title, but still, to have Power Rangers back in the guys who made it great in the first place, going to bring it back to what it used to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd say we're back in Mission Control. Now, it's going to be hard for me to watch this new one, but I'll manage somehow. But, alright, really, all I can say is one major thing. I am a Power Ranger fan. I was, I will, and shall forever be a fan. If I were offered the chance to be a ranger in real life, hell yeah, I'd take the chance. Literally. Now, the final thing is, I want to thank Linkara for turning out and addressing his own fandom. I literally want to say I'm a Power Ranger fan, and I'll probably start talking about it more. Till then, anyway, cheerio.